I can't get over how quickly people seem to cast aside Microsoft, cast aside Xbox like they're nothing, like they're garbage, like they'll never be anything, all over some simple interviews and things like that. I'll never understand it. To be quite clear, I think Microsoft has a lot to offer video game industry. They have right from the very beginning. No other company was offering, a thing like an internal hard drive, a modem hooked right into the console. These are things that Microsoft brought to the masses, achievement system, party chats, great things, honestly. Now, I get it. It's more of a what have you done for me lately type situation. But if people are so keen to point to PlayStation's past, if I go and say Sony only has one AAA first-party game between now and April of 2024, people will go, that's fine because 10 years ago they gave us this, or 3 years ago they gave us that. But if I go, well, 2021 was quite a good year for Microsoft. It was like Psychonauts 2, Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon 5, Flight Simulator. There were some really good games that year, and they actually won Publisher of the Year as the highest rated average game on Metacritic that year. But people don't care about that because they care about how PlayStation looks versus Xbox. That's it. It's like no matter what Microsoft does, it never seems like it'll be good enough. But this, to me, who would even be thinking about PlayStation after this announcement? I got to be honest. This is something that realistically, it is so unexpected to see. But at the same time, I'm just kind of happy to see that it's actually a thing, and that everybody's just so thrilled to be around Xbox again and to hear about Xbox again. This is what it's all about, in my opinion, and I love to see this, and I can't wait to kind of get into this because I think it's exactly what Microsoft needs. Is everybody going to forget about their PS5? No, but if you're a console gamer, why wouldn't you jump on board? So a lot of people are doubting Microsoft right now, but according to this, and this is a leak, so take it with a grain of salt, but Starfield's ESRB rating appears to have been revealed, a mature experience. So Bethesda's new sci-fi RPG Starfield is on the horizon, and it seems like new information about the game may have just been revealed. On their official Twitter, the banner image for the account has been updated, revealing what appears to be the ESRB rating for the anticipated title. It seems like it's going to be rated M for mature and contain violence, blood, suggestive themes, strong language, and use of drugs. This is aligned with other ratings of Bethesda titles like The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim and entries in the Fallout series. An official description for Starfield's rating should be published on the ESRB in the near future. Now, earlier in the year, in March, Starfield was rated R18 plus in Australia for containing interactive drug use. Now, Xbox, of course, is hosting their game show on June 11th of this year, which is, about a month away. And more details with tons of new gameplay is expected. Now, of course, Sony tried to come back, and it looks like they're hinting at having their own showcase. First time in 2 years, mind you. And everybody's just like, oh, wow, Sony, clap, 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 clap. This is the thing that gets to me as an Xbox fan. It makes it very difficult, I think, to be an Xbox fan because you see stuff like this happen all the time. And it's not just like this. Like right now, I'm enjoying Redfall quite a bit. I like Redfall a lot. I think it's a really good game. I've been enjoying the hell out of it. It's not the best looking game. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's not a 9 out of 10. It's not an 8 out of 10. But it's a fun game, especially if you're playing with others. I would not suggest that game to be played solo. Now, the funny thing is, I'm playing this game, and I'll post a screenshot occasionally and be like, hey, here's what's going on. Me and my buddy are playing through it. It's a lot of fun. You would thought that I had said something totally inappropriate with the amount of hate that I'm getting over this stuff, right? And it really makes no sense to me. But yet, some of the people that come after me, you can see right on Twitter that they were all about playing Forspoken and hyping that game up and talking about it's not as bad as the reviews and blah, blah. So to me, the ones that are coming after me saying, how are you playing that garbage? But yet, a few months ago, were loving and rolling around like a pig in crap in Forspoken. Is it only PlayStation fans are allowed to play bad games and have fun, or are Xbox fans allowed to as well? And I don't even think that Redfall is a bad game. I think that it's, unfortunate timing with the spotlight and things like that. People, I think, are just expecting too much. But Microsoft, on the other hand, has done really good stuff. Maybe not a ton of stuff, but over the past few years, certainly almost everything has been, very well reviewed, and to think that people, would revert back to this over one game, I find it to be completely kind of frustrating and to the extreme, to be honest. I think that it's one of the things that obviously is going to keep happening, and I do think that, listen, I know what you're thinking. Didn't Phil say if Starfield comes out and it's 11 out of 10 that they're not going to beat the PlayStation? Listen, I never said that it was going to beat the PlayStation. I said it could make people forget about the PlayStation. And that's the truth, right? Like, this game, trust me, people are going, well, what about Final Fantasy, or what about Spider-Man 2? And I'm thinking to myself, this is Bethesda's first new RPG in 25 years, the first new IP in 25 years. Of course everybody's going to be interested in this game, right? Like, I believe Bethesda has a huge following on PC. They have a huge following on Xbox. There's going to be millions of people that play this game. This could be the potential new thing for Xbox, the new thing to Resistance. It used to be Halo or whatever when Xbox was the shooter box. Now it could be this, and I think that would be perfectly applicable, and I think that would be perfectly fine. At the end of the day, it really kind of comes down to Microsoft being able to have a game that is ready to play, have a game that people want to play, and get people something, give people an excited reason to play. I think that that's basically what it comes down to, and Microsoft can do that. Microsoft has a chance to do some amazing things. They're not going to catch up to PlayStation. It's like, that's so silly a thing, in my opinion. Like, honestly, that is such a silly thing. And at the end of the day, I feel like, people kind of forget that that's just how silly that is, right? To think that, oh, they're going to sell. Listen, there's some territories out there that are just never, ever going to, there's people that are never, ever going to want to play Xbox, that are never going to want to switch to Xbox. I deal with that kind of nonsense every day, and it's unfortunate. But the good thing about Microsoft, is that honestly, this continues to happen at such a strange rate. Now, is this going to be, what does this mean? You might go, well, what does this mean, ESB? Listen, when the ESB comes out, things like that, what that means is that the game is very close to launching. Usually you'll see a launch within a few months of this. We know that there is a launch date for the game. We know that we're going to get a full behind-the-scenes kind of showcase of this, and I think that's going to be pretty damn awesome. Now, I think that it's going to totally cut into what Sony's doing? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see what happens when that happens. But, at the end of the day, Microsoft is making a lot of the right moves. If you look at it, they're even, lower the price of the Solid State Drive expansions finally. They're getting a lot of games out. They have a showcase coming. Of course, again, it's one of those things where people are like, oh, who cares about that, because Sony just announced, or is hinting that they're going to do a show. Like, for me, it's like, there's a huge double standard in the industry, and it is a little bit shocking that more people don't catch on to it. But I'd be curious to hear what you all think. Sound off, let me know. Rack 'em up. Thanks for watching. Crap Gamer out.